Hi, Dale Evans here. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Cree Tactical Light. Here we have the Cree T6 Tactical Light. I bought this just to try, to give it a little go, because I've always used lamps in the past, tracer and things like that by D-Bun, which go on top of the scope, mounted on top of the scope, with the pressure switch fitted on the stock, so you can push it on and off. I just wanted to try one of these tactical lights just to see what the fuss is about and see how good they are. This one's the 1600, that's 1600 lumens, and it's the Oleto body, that's the OLS casing and that. So there we have it. It's got all the different magnifications that it to go on there. What I like with this one is that's the switch. Press it once, it comes on, and that's how bright it is. Adjust the beam then. So got it like that. Press it again, it goes down a power. Press it again, goes on to strobe, sorry. Then you've got SOS, very handy if you're out and something happens, God forbid it ever happens, but you've always got that there, and that's the power plus output. You can actually see here coming down how powerful that is. Now I'm sat in the living room with daylight coming through the window, bright bulb, in the middle of the living room, and you can, there, you can see the beam. And another thing I've noticed as well, you can feel the beam. Put that on your hand and you can feel it warms it up. It's unbelievably powerful, to say the least. The other thing that I've noticed, that's it on spot. If you stand with this waist high from the floor and put it down, this flood beam covers you with a 3-foot radius. As I said, it's a very, very powerful beam. I thought I could get away with going out lamping with this mounted on top of my scope, but it's overkill. You can't use it a full whack. You can't. So what I tried doing then was, I think that's on power 2 and that's power 1. I use it on power 1. You've got the wide beam. As I said, this is waist high. Put it around by your waist and shine it down. It covers covers the whole outline of your body with a 3-foot radius, which is incredible for something so small. That is absolutely incredible. And then I just adjust it to something like that, which I find, you shine that at a rabbit 30 yards, you can see him clearly. It doesn't start him at all. You'll have a little look and you put his head down and start feeding again, and that's when I take my shot. So these really are how they made out, in the shooting mags, in reviews online, everything. These are absolutely brilliant. That's all I'm going to do to attach this to, or that's all I do to attach it, is use a figure 8 clamp, which is something that'll cover that, and then something that'll cover my scope. And then to activate it, press there. Press there. That's it, knock it off. I've got the air arms, for those of you who don't know, I got the air arms S400 Superlight carbine, which has got the Manelli stock, the limited edition model. It's in Hunter's Green, and if someone thinks I'm sticking Velcro and a pressure switch for a lamp on that, they can think again. It's not happening. It's just so not happening. So this, to me, is brilliant. You just put it on top, scope, push it on, push it off, job done. So I find this very, very tough, very robust. Undo this. That I'm not going to put it on, I guess, because it is strongly not advised. But there's the prism. It's not a bulb, it's a prism, and it's actually a white laser or laser that projects white light. Perhaps that's how it's so powerful. And like I said, to adjust, it's effortless. Just pull and push. So it's water resistant. I'm not sure the depth. I think it's something like 2.5, maybe to 4 meters. I'm not too sure, but it's shockproof. I've dropped this like 3 or 4 times, which has been mad. I've dropped it on the top, I think. Yeah, right there. It's not even a scratch, not even a ding on it. So it's a very hard, robust unit. And it comes with this, cord which you can put on. Attach it around your hand if you wish to carry it out. And as far as I'm aware, distance-wise, earlier on when I ranged from the window with my Tasco laser rangefinder, cross out in front, you've got a mountain next to a farm. I ranged that. The distance is 365 meters. I've shined this over there and can see things clearly. I shine it up towards the trees. You can clearly see. It just lights them up great. I'm not saying you can actually go lamping at that distance. I mean, I've gone to a few permissions and used this 100 yards on, I'd say mid-power, mid-output, which I should imagine. I wouldn't say it's half the power, but I'm just guessing around about 1,000, maybe 900 lumens. And you can lamp with it out 100 yards. Full power, you're talking more again. You're talking a lot more. But the distance, obviously I use my rifle, because this obviously sub 12 foot to pounds is, say, up to about 40. I can accurately hit to 40 yards. I can take a shot on a 45, but I know I can accurately hunt out to 40. So, this is ample. Like I said, I'm using this on low power. I've always said I'd rather have something and not use it or not need it than need it and not have it. So there it is. But yeah, in terms of shining it to the back of the house up here where I'm living now, my brother went to the top of the lane, which is 200 yards, shone this, and first thing I said to him, do not shine it in my eyes, shine it to the floor, run about should never. What you do is shine it in my eyes. I couldn't, by the time he got back, I couldn't see a thing. It was just a blur. So he had a bit of a bollocking off me for that. But it's powerful, it's mega powerful. But like I said, you've got that power, I can't pass there, power adjustment, and use it like that, or like that. So you start on the strobe, that's SOS, and that's the powerless output. Same again, you could just see this beam it's incredible. It's just, and something so small, like. So there we have it, Cree T6 tactical flashlight. Another thing that I strongly recommend someone try, instead of carrying these big heavy lamps and stuff like that. Oh, the other thing that I forgot, last but certainly not least, the power unit. Right, at the minute I'm using my all-time favourite batteries, which are Energizer, Ultimate, Lithium, and that's in AAAs. I use them in AAs as well for other things such as my camera, my old trusty camera. It's using 3 at the minute, which as far as I'm aware from their website, that's only running at half the potential of the lamp. You can actually buy, I don't know whether many of you with your lamps are familiar with the casing this is in, but that is the same size and shape near enough as the Phoenix 18650, yeah, 18,650 unit. I'm not Li-ion battery, that's the one, Li-ion, and you can pick them up now fairly cheap at the minute, and they're the Phoenix ones to go onto the actual Phoenix tactical lights, and that will run this at its full potential then. everything's threaded, everything shuts, you know, to a nice high standard finish and nice and tight. You've got, you know, the grips, various grips, and that's the Cree T6 tactile light. Thanks for watching.